I'm Elizabeth Kiem. I'm the author of Dancer, Daughter, Traitor, Spy. It's my first novel. When we're young, we all want to live in another time and in another era. My favorite era is not Paris in the 20s or San Francisco in the 70s or New York during the Jazz Age. It's actually Moscow at the end of the Soviet Union during an era that was called, not very romantically, stagnation. I've lived in Russia. I studied Russian, and I very much regret that I didn't live during this time period that I've set my book. When I wrote my first novel, I knew exactly where it was going to be placed. Marina is a ballerina. She's from the Bolshoi Ballet. She has to flee the Soviet Union in 1983, the day of the death of Leonid Brezhnev. She comes to Brighton Beach. She has to discover many things. She has to discover what happened to her mother, who disappeared back in Moscow. She has to discover what is the meaning of this Sergei who is dancing with her and leading her down a path of beguilement. And she has to learn what the story is with her father, who's slowly losing his mind and in grave danger. It's a thriller, it's a mystery, it's a spy novel, and of course there's a romance. In fact, there's a love triangle. I hope that it will be an enjoyable book for all. I hope it'll be a book that is sold in Lexington, Virginia, my hometown, where my mother was a bookseller at a store called The Bestseller. This was when I was 10 years old, and I think that store is now called Books and Company, and that is certainly my favorite independent bookstore. I would spend a lot of Saturdays there actually pushing books on many people. Probably I pushed Anne of Green Gables and Peter Pan and maybe Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Certainly Harriet the Spy. But today, if you walked up to me and I gave you that book, that would be a starter, but I say you need more. If you want to know Moscow, you need to read Master and Margarita by Bulgakov. You need to read Children of the Arbat. And because I just finished it last night, you need to read Richard Hughes, who's a master of utterly crystal clear characterization that makes the children running amok in his stories so clear you actually can't imagine them. They're almost spirits. And I recommend his novel Fox in the Attic, A Strong Wind in Jamaica, and The Wooden Shepherdess.